Hi everyone, hope you're doing amazing today. We're doing really well, thank you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Carolina Fonseca Jimenez. I focus on doing children's books that promote love, unity, and peace, and we interpret dreams here. We've gotten some messages asking, why do we interpret dreams? What's the point? The reason we interpret them is because it's a way for us to connect with our subconscious and to connect to the universe, okay? And we also share them here, and the reason that we share them is so that we can connect with one another on a more profound level. So, okay guys, this week we were at the Radio La Grande with Diana Flores, our bomboncito, which in English means like my little candy. You know, she's such a sweetheart. So anyways, we were on the radio with her and we had an amazing time. We didn't, however, get to finish all of the dream interpretations. We got a ton of suggestions or requests in. So thank you for sending those in. I did translate some of those to Spanish. We got through some, but not through all of them. So in this video, we're going to go over the top 3 most popular ones that were asked about on the show, okay? The first one is going to be about water, what it means when we see water in our dreams. The second one is going to be about cliffs. What does it mean whenever I'm approaching a cliff in my dream? And then the third one is, what does it mean whenever I'm walking on a path and there are a whole bunch of spikes like coming up, okay? So, okay. Before we get into the interpretation of dreams, we have some new friends on YouTube. Welcome, fellow dreamers. Welcome to our channel. This is the channel where we interpret dreams and we have a lot of fun while we do it, okay? So before we get into the interpretations though, I want to remind you, whenever we interpret dreams, what does it mean? When we're interpreting our dreams, it's a way, yes, for us to connect with our subconscious, right? But it's a way for us to understand what is really going on a deeper level. Whenever we have a dream, we're just having a visualization of what is deep down in our subconscious, okay? And dream interpretation helps us understand what actually it means, right? But once we get the meaning, what the dream means, the next step is to ask, okay, what am I going to do with this information? How is this information going to help me? And how is it going to help those around me, okay? And also, something to take into account when we interpret dreams and the whole dream world, there are so many different aspects of it. You can see it in some of my other videos where I talk about past, present, and future access in your dreams, and then the different levels that are in your dreams, okay? But this video is going to focus specifically just on the interpretation, okay? If you want to know about the rest of the stuff, check out the other videos, okay? All right. So when we're dreaming of seeing ourselves around a body of water, the particular dreamer that sent in her request was in the water, and she said she was completely surrounded by it and she felt she was drowning. Okay, so whenever we see water in our dreams, a lot of the time it's a representation for the emotions that we have, okay? So when you're looking at the body of water, question it. What color is the water? Is it transparent? Can I see through it? Or is it murky? Am I having trouble seeing through the water? Because that's an insight to our emotions. Am I connecting clearly with my emotions? Do I know what I'm feeling, or am I completely confused? Is it kind of murky? Am I not seeing or understanding the emotions that I'm feeling deeply? Okay. And then the other thing to question is, how is the water? Is the water like calm and relaxing and stuff like that? If it is, that's simply a reflection of your current state of emotions. You're going through a time where you feel pretty calm, everything is fine. You're even in a moment of peace, right? You've got peacefulness in your life, so that's wonderful. But if you see water that's kind of like splashing everywhere and it's going crazy, that's also a reflection of what is going on at a deeper level. Are you currently feeling that your emotions are a bit out of control? Are they a little bit out of whack, right? And the reason that we even want to interpret it, like I said, is to make sure that we understand where our emotions are and how is it that we can get to a place that's more peaceful, because that is at the end of the day what we want to do, okay? And we can even get deeper into that depending on your particular dream with water and whether you're either in the water, outside of the water, all of those things, okay? But basically, whenever you're dreaming of water, it is a reflection of your emotions, okay? And remember, anytime that you're having a dream, your feelings are going to guide us, okay? I can always interpret a symbol, okay? I can always interpret a symbol, but I can't understand your particular dream language unless you tell me how you're feeling during the dream. So whenever you're dreaming about something, always, always, always connect with that deeper feeling, because that is going to help us really interpret your dream, okay? All right, the next thing that was sent in, like I said, was being on a cliff, right? Again, we want to use your feelings as a guide to understanding what this means, but let's pretend that you go and you're walking and you get to this cliff. You're right at the tip of the cliff. And when you're at the tip of the cliff, let's say that you feel happy, you feel content, you feel all this positive energy, okay? that is letting us know that you're getting to a new level in your life. You've reached this level, you're proud of yourself, you feel strong, you've gotten to this point where maybe you've struggled on your way, but you're finally here. Your dream is letting you know you are here, you have made it, right? And then the next thing to ask is, what do I see around me? What am I seeing around me? What is my next step? What is the next step that I need to take, because I've already reached this goal? So what is the next step, right? But you're looking at it with a very positive energy, with very positive eyes and loving energy. So that's great. Now, if you approach this cliff, but instead of feeling secure and strong and all of that, let's say you approach this cliff and you're feeling frightened. You're like, oh my gosh, what the heck am I doing on top of this cliff? I'm insecure. What if I fall off? What if this? What if that? If you're feeling that way, that's simply a reflection of how you're viewing your life currently, okay? Maybe you've reached a point in your life where you're just like, okay, I've reached this goal, but now what? Like, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm not sure what the next step is. So that's just a reflection of how you're feeling right now, because you've reached that certain point in your life, right? And then the bigger question is, why am I viewing it this way? Why am I not thankful that I've reached this point, and then now there's something else that I can reach for? There's another goal that I can try to reach, or there's another dream that I can have. You know, the question is bigger. The question is, why am I feeling this way as I'm approaching this cliff, right? Because if you're feeling that way while you're approaching the cliff, it's letting us know that you're not thankful right now. For whatever reason, you're not feeling thankful that you've reached this kind of point in your life, okay? So again, these dreams and dream interpretations are just a little alert to say, you know, wake up, let's focus on this, or wake up, pay more attention to this. It's not for us to feel negative or sad about the interpretation. The interpretation is simply that. It's simply an interpretation based on the feelings of your dream, okay? But it's not going to determine everything. Remember, you always have the power to move things, to change things for yourself, okay? All right, so now let's move on to the third one that was requested, and that is walking on this path and seeing a bunch of like spikes in your path. Okay, like you know from our other videos, okay, whenever we're dreaming of a path, that path is typically the path of life, the path that you're currently walking on, okay? So if you see all of these spikes in your way, that is a representation of all the different obstacles that you see in front of you. It's like you're in a time in your life where it's like, yes, I'm going on this path of life, but why the heck are there all these problems? Why are there all these different obstacles? Okay, you're feeling like overwhelmed by all these different obstacles, right? Now, let's take it a step further. Let's say that you're walking down the path, you see these spikes, and you actually take a step and you hurt yourself on these spikes. That's a reflection of the pain that you're feeling in this current life. You're feeling a lot of pain and you're feeling just insecure about your whole situation, right? But again, these dreams are not to make us stay in this place. The dreams are to interpret. Now that I understand that I am seeing all these obstacles around me, the question is, why am I seeing all these obstacles? Why are there all these problems? Because a lot of the time, these problems and these limitations and these problems that we're seeing, right? We're creating them. We're creating them. Why? Because think about it. If you're presented with an obstacle, okay, and if we treat it like we do dream interpretation, if we see this problem in our waking life, we can, instead of getting completely submerged and completely involved and getting so deep in the problem that we don't see anything, let's do what we practice in our dreams like we've talked about before. Take a step back, look at the situation and ask yourself, why am I being presented with this? Why is this in my life right now? What do I have to learn from this? And what can I do to move beyond it? Okay, that's the biggest thing. So if you're dreaming that you've got all these different spikes and all of these things in your path, take a step back and be like, you know, what's going on? Why am I presented with this? What am I here to learn? Because think about this. You can practice this in your waking life, but one of the most magical and amazing things to me is practicing overcoming these obstacles during your dream state. Okay. All right, the reason that we do it during our dream state is because the dream state is such a profound and subconscious level where you are connecting with yourself. So if you practice moving things, changing things in your dream, you are practicing that in your mind. So when you wake up, you can do that. So let me give you an example. If we're walking down that path and we see all of these spikes in our path and we're like, okay, how the heck are we going to cross this? You can do a lot in your dream. Remember, in your dream, you can do anything that you want. You just need to be lucid, conscious, aware of your dream, aware that you are dreaming. Okay, so if I'm aware that I'm dreaming and I see all these spikes in my path, I can do a couple of things. For me, I'm probably just going to fly over them because I don't have time to be like building bridges or whatever. I'd fly over them. But if you decide that you want to create a bridge and you can visualize a bridge and then you walk over it, you can do that too. If you decide that there's more to this story than just what's presented, if you see this path of spikes, but then you see around there's a beautiful green pasture, you just walk around the green pasture. You create that with your mind, okay? And I know for those of you that haven't had a lucid dream or haven't had an opportunity to create within a dream, you're like, how are they even doing this? Like how do you even get to that point? That's a whole different story, guys. That's a whole different story that I can get into later. I've got another video where I talk about how to be lucid during your dreams, okay? But then the bigger question is, some people are like, Carolina, what good does it do me to imagine all of these things in my dreams? When I wake up, the problems are still going to be there. Yes and no, okay? Yes and no. And the reason for that is because, think about it, if we're practicing this during our dream state, if we are creating with our mind during our dream state, and if we are so conscious and so connected during our dream state, that is going to reflect into our waking life. When we wake up, we are going to be more connected and more centered with ourselves. And the things that we currently see as obstacles or problems, we're going to be able to take that step back and ask, why am I presented with this today? What do I have to learn from this? Because obviously there's something that I have to learn from this. A lot of the time we've learned to have the external world control us. So if an obstacle presents itself, we're like, why is this happening to me? Why is this person doing this to me? They hurt me. They did this to me. It's very easy to do that. But if you take that step back and you ask yourself, what is the bigger picture? What am I missing? What do I need to learn from this? Okay, then you're being more active, then you're being more responsible for what is in your current state, right? What is in your current life. And then you take control and you can really push past that. And then you've practiced it. Then you've practiced it. You've practiced what you've been practicing in your dreams all along, now in your waking life. Okay, so you see how those two kind of reflect one another. Okay, all right. So now that we've gone over the 3 different dream interpretations, I do want to let you know, okay, as you know, I've done like little consultations over the phone. I do them via Facebook Messenger. I do them on the radio. I do all of that. And like I'll have random people just ask me about their dreams, people that I guess have seen my videos. So that's cool. But I'll tell you guys something. This, actually yesterday, I had my first one-on-one consultation with someone. Like we planned it out. We did the whole thing. And it was like an hour and a half of just conversations about their dream. And I want to tell you that I learned so much from this person. It was the most amazing experience for me because it just reminded me of what we talk about on this show a lot, or on this channel, is that when we're sharing our dreams with other people, we are connecting on such a profound level. When he was sharing his dreams with me, it was amazing how many connections I could see with some of the dreams that I had had like years and years ago. It was really something completely magical, and it was amazing. Like I was not expecting that. I was expecting to just go in there and do like a simple dream interpretation like I do on the radio and all that. But it's like I learned so much from this person, and I'm so thankful for that experience. And I want to let you know this because he asked me about this. Whenever I do consultations, okay, I love doing them over the phone. I love doing them via Facebook, but I really enjoy them in person. And the experience yesterday made me realize that the consultations in person are just so much more beneficial for both parties. So I do offer consultations, but guys, I just want to tell you up front, I don't charge for them. And I know some of you think it's weird because you're like, well, you're providing a service, you should charge. And I've had friends tell me to charge, but I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling like I need to charge. You know, I truly believe that the universe provides. The universe provides in so many other ways. So for those of you that want a consultation and you're like, well, I want to pay you for your service, whatever, you can donate. If you want to donate, that's fine. I am practicing the act of receiving, so that's fine. And you may need to practice the act of giving. And maybe that's why you feel that you need to pay me for this, right? And if you want to donate, I'm totally open to it. You can do it on my webpage, but just know that these consultations they're free. I have no reason to charge. I feel that this is a gift that I've had since I was very little, and I'm barely now using it to help other people, right? So I've got a lot of work ahead of me to do for the years that I didn't share it, right? So I'm open to the consultation. The only thing that I ask is that we work with our schedules and we make it at a comfortable time and a comfortable location for everyone, okay? All right, guys, so I send you love, unity, and peace. I send you a big hug and a little kiss, and we will be in contact, okay? I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.